Alright, what's going on, guys? Trey back again here to bring you another video. Got my tooth fixed. Yes! So I can start doing some more videos again. So I had to take a few days off this week. My apologies for that, for those of you who enjoy watching my videos. But I had a huge cavity, monster cavity in my tooth. Had to get a root canal done this morning, but it's good. It's fixed. It's good. Ready to go. So anyway, the topic of this video is going to be how should The Walking Dead end? So in other words, if I was writing the ending of the story, how should it end? We'll do both the comic book and the TV series separately. The comic book is real simple. It shouldn't. It probably shouldn't. And pretty much what I mean by that is I think that the Walking Dead comic book should pretty much go on for, forever, pretty much. I mean, it could be 700 issues, 800 issues. And what I think they should do is after eventually Rick dies or something happens to him, Carl should take over as the main protagonist for the series, or maybe somebody else. I could see somebody like Michonne maybe becoming the main character for a while, or you could switch. I think that The Walking Dead can work independent of Rick. I don't think you absolutely have to have Rick as the main character. I think if Carl stepped in, it'd be just fine. So that's the comic book. So the comic book series, the quick answer is it shouldn't end. Probably ever. It should always continue and switch characters, and as long as there's a writer to write it, it should go on pretty much forever. The TV series and how the TV series should end. So I'll start by saying how I think the TV series probably will end, and it's most likely going to be what most of us would assume would happen to the show, and that is I don't think it's going to be poor ratings. I don't think it's going to be people not watching the show. I think what eventually is going to happen is the network issues behind the show is going to cause so many problems for the actors and for the staff that they're basically going to quit, and the show is basically going to just fall apart eventually, one season. When will that happen? I don't know. Hopefully the longer the show goes on, the better. Obviously, we know season 3 is a go-ahead, but, it's not necessarily the case that it's going to work like that every year. Things do happen. I can see The Walking Dead going on for a good solid 5 to 7 seasons before we start to see some serious trouble with, well, we've already seen actors start to leave out, already. But I think that, further budget cuts may cause problems. People just getting cut too much. If Andrew Lincoln, the actor who plays Rick, was to just say he quit, basically, that might screw the show over because then people may stop watching it. Like, for example, if Carl was just to take over the next season, people might not watch the next season. It might be kind of the thing like Two and a Half Men, like with Ashton Kutcher. At the beginning, everyone wants to check it out. Everyone wants to see it. So everyone tunes in to check it out. And then every episode, people just drop off, drop off, drop off. And before you know it, like a month or 2 months later, 4 or 5 episodes later, the ratings are the worst they've ever been. Um, and I can see that type of thing happening with Walking Dead. Let's say Andrew Lincoln quits and they replace his actor with somebody, which they probably won't do. Let's say they kill him off if he quits, and someone else becomes the main protagonist, like Carl or somebody like that. Then I can see the show getting canceled that way. Otherwise, it might just come down to a point when the cast just as a whole has had enough, and I think that's probably what will happen in an ideal world. So, in my opinion, what should happen and how it should end, I got to say that I think probably the best way to go would be for us to get about 10 seasons, roughly, for the TV show to not only catch up to the comic book in terms of where the story's at, but surpass it, pass it on to, or just go completely its own direction and just forget about the comic books and completely go its own way. And I think what should happen is at the end of the show, when it's finally time to call it a day and move onwards, I think what we should see happen is I think it'd be cool if Rick was to die, and then we get to, like, in the finale, let's say the series finale, turn into a zombie. Okay, so like halfway through the last episode, let's say he's alive and then he dies, and then some flashes and this kind of stuff from a first-person view, and then a first-person view of Rick as a zombie, so that we, the viewer, like, see him as a zombie, and then at the end of the episode, let's say Andrea or somebody in the show puts him down, like, shoots him first person. So we see it from first person view, from Rick's point of view, after being turned into a zombie eventually, and somebody shoots and puts him down. Carl, Oh, that'd be perfect. Have Carl do it. Have Carl, shoot Rick, and then that's it, and that'd be the end of the show. And then if they decide they want to continue the next season and come back, then maybe they could have Carl be the protagonist then and there. But I think that that's probably the best way to end the show, because if it ends any other way, like with them just surviving and then the story just ending and being like, okay, that's it. Well, then what happens? Are they going to survive forever? What are we to get from that? Yeah, so I think the best way to go would be how The Walking Dead should end. They should kill Rick maybe in season 7, 10, 11, 12, if we can get that many. And then, first-person view, us seeing him as a zombie. I think that would be very cool. Anyway, so that's this video, guys. How should The Walking Dead end? That's my opinion on it. Let me know what you guys think. Do a video response if you like, of course. Leave comments below. You guys know I always like talking in the comments. Although I want to let everybody know, too, that per video, each video I do, I will be commenting on the video, up to a couple days. But after a few days of doing a video and then people commenting, I kind of have to move on. Because if I sit here all day and just want to answer everyone's comments, what's going to end up happening is I'm never going to get any new videos done. So when I discuss, an issue or a topic with you guys, it'll be for, a couple of days, but then I got to let the video go and I got to move on. Later, guys. Peace.